Hello everyone. I, Ms. Bhavna Danesh Munod, welcome you all in Agricultural Development Trust, Shardabai Pawar, Mahila Arts, Commerce and Science College, Sharda Nagar, Baramati. Good day, dear students. Last period we studied about types of demand. Now in this period we'll study about determinants of demand. Determinants of demand means what is that reason why that particular commodity is purchased, why that particular commodity has a demand, what are the factors which make the demand more determined. So we will study the following factors that are called as determinants, that why that demand is more determined during that particular period. So the first factor we will see, children, affecting demand, or say the demand is determined more related to price. So price determines the demand for commodity to a larger extent. Like how consumers will prefer to purchase more quantity of commodities when price is less, and they purchase a product in small quantity when the price is high. So price is one of the factor which affects demand, children. Is one of the most important determinant of demand. Due to price means higher the price, low will be the demand of that particular commodity. Low the price, higher will be the quantity demanded by the consumer. Then the second one determinant of demand is what? Income. Now income of a consumer also decides the purchasing power, which in turn influences the demand for the product. So rise in income will lead to a rise in demand for that commodity, and a fall in income will lead to fall in demand for that commodity. Now income, children, the second reason, income means how much you earn. So depending of the income, depending upon the salary of the people will consume the product, children. For example, say suppose I have a good job, my salary is 20,000, for example I am telling. So when my salary is 20,000, children, whatever commodities will be there suiting in my budget. So 10,000 I want to spend money on groceries, whatever daily things are there, vegetables. So I will purchase that thing in a good quality way. For that my demand will be more. When income is more, I will purchase the things more and in more quantity. But when income is less, that means say monthly I get only 5,000 rupees. My salary is 5,000 rupees, children. So what I will do? In my 5,000 salary, only 2,000 I have budget to purchase the groceries. Then that time I will purchase the commodity less. Why? Because my income is less. So high income or less income also is one more determinant of demand, children. Then the third one is what? Prices of substitute goods. We have studied related to substitute demand, or say last one, competitive demand. What is that been told over there? It given an example of substitute goods only, tea or coffee or jaggery and sugar. So if a substitute good price is higher, people will go for another option. That is, say if tea price is higher, people will go for coffee because coffee price is less. But if coffee price is higher, then people choose tea to drink. So here substitute goods, they have given an example. So they have told that if the price of the sugar rises, then demand for jaggery will rise. Then the fourth type, or say the fourth reason regarding determinant of demand, is price of complementary goods. That means change in the price of one commodity would also affect the demand for other commodity. For example, they have told car and fuel. So if the price of fuel rises, then demand for car will fall, children. Price of complementary goods also they have told affect demand. They have given example, simple example they have given. See children, if petrol price rises, people will stop using cars. Petrol and diesel price hike is there, people will go for CNG. But even CNG price has higher, children, people will stop using cars. Less cars will be used. They can switch off to bicycles because fuel prices are high. So your complementary goods, like they have given car and fuel are what? In a joint demand. So these example car and fuel, they have told that if the price of fuel rises, then demand for cars will fall. Now we'll see the next reasons, or say the next determinants of demand. We have seen four. Now the fifth one is what? Nature of product. Now nature of product, just let us see 1 minute. Nature of product, that if a commodity is a necessity and its use is unavoidable, then its demand will continue be the same. that is irrespective of the corresponding price. Means some of the commodities say even if the price is higher, we have to purchase. Without purchasing, it cannot be there. It is unavoidable. We have to purchase. So for example, they have told, say a patient is sick, he has to purchase medicines. So that time medicines will not be compared with price. See, a person is having a BP. Say they have given an example over here. Medicine is to control blood pressure. So every month we have to purchase those tablets. So it will not be dependent. That medicine will not be compared with price. Higher or lower the price of the medicine, people will purchase it. So this also will affect demand. Nature of the product. Seeing the nature. For what reason you are using that commodity. If it is for compulsory, then you will purchase that. Then the sixth one is what, children? Related to size of population. See, larger the size of the population, greater will be the demand for commodity, and smaller the size of the population, smaller will be the demand for the commodity. So the sixth point is what, related to, children? Size of population. Higher the population, higher will be the demand. Lower the population, lower will be the demand. Then the seventh determinant of demand is expectations about future prices. Now see, if the price, now for example, simple example I will give. Now I have to say purchase mangoes. Now this is mango season, so I am giving an example of that only. Mango season, see, in the month of April and March, the price of mangoes are too high, children. So everyone doesn't purchase, but as compared to in the month of June and July, mango prices lowers down, because that period, say that season is off season of mangoes, June and July. Mango quantity wise it is there more, as well as June and July people stop eating mangoes as when rain starts. So what is there? I know that in the month of June and July the price of mango will fall, so I wait that I will purchase mangoes in the month of June and July rather purchasing in April or March. Why? Because higher the price of the mangoes was there. So I am expecting about future, that in future the mangoes price will fall, then I will purchase. So that is called as expectations about future prices. They have told that if the consumer expects the price to fall in future, he will buy less in the present at prevailing price. Similarly, expects the price to rise in future, he will buy more in the present at the prevailing price. Okay. Then the next point is advertisement. See what I am telling. The next point is advertisement. Now advertisement also has an effect on demand, children, and sales promotion. So people to have more, whatever the productions are there, the producer do more and more advertisement that the sales of the production can be there. So advertisement has also a greater impact on sales promotion. So they have told that advertisement, sales promotion scheme and effective salesmanship also will change the preferences of the consumers and lead to demand for many products. So for example, they have told cosmetics toothbrush. See children, cosmetics toothbrush, or say any type of ads, according to the more the advertisement will be, more the product will be demanded in the market. So advertisement also, what they have told, has an effect, children, on determinants of demand. Now the ninth one is what, regarding determinants of demand, taste, habits and fashion. See children, fashion changes every time. The clothes related to, say for example, clothes, according to the fashion people will wear. If the fashion has gone, that will be called as outdated. So habits, taste also, taste change, habits changes. So according to the taste, habits of fashion, people will demand for the product. So it goes on changing, it will not be same. So taste, habits, preferences, fashion will change, and according to that people will demand the product of a commodity. So it has also an effect. Then we'll come to the 10th determinant of demand, children, that is level of taxation. See, when high rates are there on taxes, say high taxes are there on goods or services, this will increase the price of the product, and this will result in decrease in demand for goods and services. As we know, taxes who charge? Government. So when government increases taxes, the producer also increases the price of the product, and when price of the product will increase, demand will fall. Price rises, demand fall. Price is low, demand rises. So you also same thing will happen for levels of taxation. Higher tax, lower demand. Lower tax, higher will be demand of that particular commodity. And the other factors which affect the demand, children, are climatic conditions, changes in technology, government policy, customs and traditions. So these also has an effect of demand on a particular commodity. What are they? Climatic conditions, changes in technology, government and policy, customs and tradition. Now how factor? Climatic conditions, as we study, anything naturally, pandemic, anything can happen. Tsunami is there, floods are there, drought areas are there. So this will affect on goods. This will have an effect on goods. Changes in technology, if you are using more modern advanced technology, cost will also increase of that particular product. Government policy, as we have studied, taxes have been increased. What will happen? Product price also increases. Then this has an effect on demand. Customs and traditions changes, means according to the festivals, people will start wearing clothes, people will purchase commodities. So this also has an effect on demand. So these are the things, or say these are determinants of demand we have studied. Now come to our most important point in this chapter, children, that is law of demand. See, we are studying law of demand. As in exam, it will be asked, explain law of demand with its assumption and exceptions, children. And as I have repeated, or I have told you in utility chapter, how your answer will be for law of demand: introduction, statement, definition, schedule, say table, diagram will be there. First table, explanation of that table, then diagram or schedule, you can call it as an explanation of the schedule, and then last one, conclusion. According to that pattern you will write explain law of demand. So we'll come to see the first one, that is introduction. Now see, in introduction what they have told, that law of demand was introduced by Professor Alfred Marshall in his book Principle of Economics, which was published in the year 1890. And this law explains us the functional relationship between demand and price, that is between price and quantity demanded. So the first thing, introduction, what we have to write, children, in law of demand, that this law was introduced by Professor Alfred Marshall, and he has written in his book Principles of Economics in the year 1890. And the law of demand explains us the relationship between price and quantity demanded. Then the next one is what? Statement of the law. So according to Professor Alfred Marshall, other things being equal, higher the price of the commodity, smaller is the quantity demanded, and lower the price of a commodity, larger is the quantity demanded. So in other words, what we will tell, that if the price of a commodity rises, demand for that will fall, and when price of a commodity falls, demand for that commodity rises. Thus it shows an inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded. So symbolically you can see, children, that over here it is shown as D is equal to, dx is equal to what? F P X, where dx is equal to, D stands for demand, F stands for functional relationship between, P stands for price. So demand of a commodity is equal to functional relationship between price. And here we have studied in individual and market demand that demand is inversely related with price of that particular commodity. So the first introduction. Next statement, that other things being equal, higher the price of the commodity, low will be demanded, lower the price of the commodity, higher will be demanded. And symbolically it is presented as, children, dx is equal to F P X. So introduction, statement, then afterwards, children, we have to see the table. Now X we know, commodity, F is function, Px is equal to price of a commodity. Now we come to, after this thing, definition. If you want, or you can write meaning, that is introduction we finished, statement we finished, children. Now we come to next point, meaning. You can write demand is equal to ability plus willingness to pay, or demand is equal to ability, purchasing plus ability plus willingness to pay. That you can write in third part. Then come to table. Now we have to draw a table over here related to what demand schedule we have to show. Can you see the table over here? So what in the table it has been shown? Two columns have been drawn, price of commodity X and quantity demanded of commodity X in kgs. So this we will write 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. See what I have told. Demand schedule table now. We are explaining law of demand. So table has to be drawn. In that two columns are there. Prices has been given and quantity demanded in kgs. So price of commodity X in rupees, quantity demanded X in kgs. Now see, price of commodity X we have mentioned 50, 40, 30, 20. Okay. Now next thing children, what we have to do? Say we have to write in quantity. So for 50 rupees, how much quantity is demanded? 1. For 40 rupees, 2. For 30, 3. For 20 rupees, 4 kgs are demanded. And for 10, 5 kgs are demanded. So as shown in table, what it tells us that for price of commodity X, that is 50 rupees, 1 kg is demanded. For 40 rupees, 2 kgs are demanded. For 30 rupees, 3 kgs. That means when price is high, quantity is demanded less. So from 50 rupees 1. Then for 40 rupees, then the price has been reduced 50 to 40. But the quantity has increased from 1 kg to 2 kgs. So it goes on till end that we can see in this table. That is for 10 rupees, then the quantity demanded is how much? 5 kgs. That means we can see over here the price is falling down, but the quantity is increasing of that particular commodity. When price falls, quantity increases, and when price is high or rises, then the demand of that particular commodity falls. So this shows an inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded, children. Now we have to draw, we have see the next part. See, introduction we finished, statement we finished with meaning, we finished with table, explanation of the table. Now we come with a graph, schedule. So that also we have to draw, children, in our classwork book, and then we have to write that explanation of table. So can you see the table over here? We have drawn the demand curve, children. See over here. Now x-axis. If x-axis we see, what we are plotting over here in x-axis? Commodity. Quantities of commodity. Y-axis we are plotting price in rupees according to the table. So see, if you can see, for 10 rupees, 5 has been purchased. Commodity 5 kgs. And for 50 rupees, only 1 kg has been purchased of that particular commodity. So this diagram, that it shows that DD curve is also sloping downward from left to right. So all this thing we have to explain in this diagram. So compulsory we have to draw, children, and then we have to write over here x-axis, explanation of that diagram. X-axis represents demand for the commodity and y-axis represents the price of the commodity of X. So demand curve, that is DD curve, slopes downward from left to right due to an inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded, children. So this we have to write, that is schedule or diagram and explanation of schedule. This all will come under where? Law of demand, children. Understood what I have told? Again I will repeat. X-axis what is there? Quantity demand in kgs. Y-axis price in rupees. Then we have seen according to the table that for rupees 50 only 1 kgs were demanded, commodities were demanded. Then 40 2 kgs, 30 3, and as on when the price was reduced, higher quantity was demanded. So this we studied that it shows an inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded. So here also we have to explain that DD curve is sloping downward. Keep in mind, children, from left to right due to an inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded. So here also in your textbook they have given an example, children. That is price of an apple per kg have been given and quantity demanded and kgs is have given. So here you have to show or draw a demand curve. So same it will come. What this table is showing us, for 40 rupees 40, what has been there? 5 quantity has been demanded, 5 kgs. And as soon as the price increases, if you see over here in this table, as soon as the price increases, that is from 40 to 50, how much it is there? 4 kgs. Then what has been there? 60, the price has increased but the quantity has reduced, 3 kgs. Then 80, if you can see how much the quantity has been purchased, 1 kg. The same will come, that is demand curve is sloping downward. Why? Because as soon as the price increases, if you can see, for rupees 80 only 1 kg quantity of commodity was demanded, and at rupees 40 when the price was lower, how many kgs of commodity were demanded, children? 5 units, 5 kgs were demanded. So your demand curve, DD curve, keep in mind, shows an inverse relationship between price and quantity of a commodity, as well as it is sloping downward from left to right. So according to law of demand, how you will write the answer? First introduction, then statement, then meaning, afterwards meaning, then table, explanation of the table, diagram, explanation of diagram, children. This will be coming for 8 marks. Explain law of demand. Okay. Afterwards we will come to the point, that is, see, every law has its assumptions and exceptions, children. So we will see assumptions and exceptions in our next period by the time. Thank you.